In this video, I'm going to discuss about x and y intercepts of some special types of straight lines. The first one I'm going to discuss is this one, 2x minus 7y is equal to 0. I can simplify this equation by subtracting 2x from both sides, so I will have negative 7y is equal to negative 2x. Okay, I'm subtracting 2x from both sides. Now I can divide both sides of this equation by negative 7. On the left hand side, negative 7 and negative 7 is going to cancel out and is going to give me y is equal to, on the right hand side, these negatives cancel out, is going to be 2 over 7x. By the way, this equation has the form y is equal to kx, where k in this particular case is 2 over 7. Now, this is a special type of equation, as you probably know, that this equation goes through the origin, meaning is going to go like this, something like this. So now, this equation goes through the origin, so its x and y intercepts, they overlap, meaning this origin is both x-intercept and y-intercept. So for this equation, the x-intercept is at 0, 0. Y-intercept is the same point, which is 0, 0. The second type of equation that I am going to discuss is this, 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. This is also another type. So I am going to solve for x. So instead of spending time on trying to solve it, I hope you know how to solve this. It's going to be 5 over 2. This equation, by the way, has the form x is equal to a, meaning some constant x. And if you graph it, by the way, so 2 over 5 is going to be somewhere here. And this, by the way, is a vertical line. This equation tells us that we are talking about a straight line for which the x-coordinate is always fixed at 2.5. So this distance is 2.5. So it doesn't matter where you are on the straight line, this distance, horizontal distance, is always 2.5. Now, this equation, by the way, does not have a y-intercept. It has an x-intercept, and the x-intercept is going to be at 5 over 2, 0. Now, any equation of this structure or any equation that can be expressed into this structure, x is equal to a, the x-intercept for that straight line is going to be at a, 0. And by the way, this does not have any y-intercept unless this a happens to be 0. If this a is 0, then this line moves to the left and it overlaps with the y-axis. In that case, it is going to have infinitely many y-intercepts. The third kind of straight line I'm going to talk about is going to be of this type. 5y plus 15 is equal to 0. If we solve for y, we are going to get y is equal to negative 3. I subtract 15 from both sides here and divide both sides by 5. Now, this is an equation, by the way, has the form y is equal to b, where b is some constant. Now, if you graph it, or sketch it rather in our case, it's going to be a straight line like this, going through the point negative 3, 0, this point. Now this is a horizontal line. That means vertical distance from the x-axis to this line is always going to be fixed. Okay, it's going to be 3 units, but in this case we are at the bottom, so it's negative 3, the coordinate. Actually, slight mistake I made here. Let me correct it. I meant to say 0, negative 3. 0, negative 3. Okay? Now, note, this straight line, by the way, does not have any x-intercept. It has y-intercept, only at 0, comma negative 3. So in general, any straight line that has this structure, it will have y-intercept at 0, comma b. In our particular example, b is negative 3. However, it will have infinitely many x-intercepts when this line actually moves and overlaps with the x-axis. In that case, this b is going to be 0, which is, by the way, the x-axis. These three are special cases or special types of straight lines. First one is the type that goes through the origin. Any straight line that goes through the origin has the structure y is equal to kx, and it has x and y intercept. Both of those intercepts are at 0, 0. The second one we talked about, it's a vertical line. It has the structure x is equal to a, and the x-intercept is going to be at a, comma 0. And the third kind we talked about is a horizontal line, which has the structure y is equal to b, an equation that we could express in this format. That will have this structure y is equal to b, and the y-intercept for it is going to be 0, comma b. In the case of horizontal line and vertical line, if the lines overlap with the other axis, so if in this case if it moves here and overlaps with the x-axis, then it will have infinitely many points overlapping with x. And similarly, if this line moves to the left and overlaps with the y-axis, it will have infinitely many y-intercepts. But x-intercept will still be just 1 point, and y-intercept in this case still would be 1 point. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.